So that was like 2.5 years into comedy, and I was already starting to feature, like starting to get some feature gigs. I became like a consistent feature like 4 years into it, and then I only featured maybe a year, and I was already getting headlining gigs. And I got named Michigan's best up and coming comedian by the Detroit Free Press after 3 years, and like that just shot me up, you know. And I was working a lot harder. And it's weird when you first get started, and if you're doing really well, other comics get really mean. Like I lost a lot of friends because they would be like, "Well, you're obviously stealing jokes," and I'm like, "Really? Because this is exactly my family I'm talking about. Like, how could I be stealing somebody else's joke?" So I lost a lot of friends, and you find out who your true friends are when you start doing good. And I like just like I feel bad for like Dane Cook, like so many guys have turned on him, and dude, he's bringing comedy back into the mainstream. Like people know about stand up now, and I just find it stupid that guys would be mad at him for that. You know, like he's doing what we would all trade shoes with him. You know. So I've been, and not to jump off the subject, I told you I'd do this. So I've been pretty much a consistent headliner for about 5 years now, 5 or 6 years. Yeah, I moved up to LA in August of 2002, and I only was like I was going featuring and headlining back and forth then, and then like another year later I was a consistent headliner. So. What makes me a good headliner is I think that's a tough question. Like you try to first of all I'm a higher energy act, so trying to keep that energy up for 60 minutes is tough, and a lot of guys, they don't do it. Not that they, well, it doesn't matter, whatever. But that's like a tough part for my act is just keeping the energy up, keeping consistent with jokes. And it's funny because you could start like a good key for doing stand up is to start out really strong, and then if you have like some weaker stuff in the middle, and then end really strong because that's what they're gonna remember, you know. You'll see that with a lot of comics, you know. You're like, oh, in the middle, it was all right. It wasn't like belly laugh, but I try to stay that way the whole way through. But I also worry about the crowd. Like, I want everybody to have a good time, and so I don't like you saw me tonight. I wasn't like ripping on people. I play with them. Like, I don't want anybody to feel bad after, and I think that shows in my act. So I think that's a good part of being a headliner. I don't know if that answered it. All right.